Hi, I'm Sarah Brooks, the Associate Director at the Methow Conservancy, and I'm here with my colleague Julie Grialou, our Conservation Biologist, to talk today about a cool new project we're launching called the State of the Methow. It's a data tool jam-packed with information we can track over time. Julie's been working on this data set for many months, and thanks to the help of our board of directors member, Benj Drummond, who worked with us on the actual webpage and graphics, we're ready to share this information with all of those who love the Methow Valley. Julie, I'm hoping you'll just start us off by telling us a little more about what is the State of the Methow.
Yeah, welcome everybody. So the State of the Methow is a series of web pages and 2 associated written reports that provide status and trend information related to the land and the people of the Methow. The bulk of the information is on land use and residential development and human population patterns over the past 15 years. And then we also provided some summary information on other indicators of basically ecosystem health and health of the Methow. So some information on water, fish and wildlife, socioeconomic indicators. And it is a living project. So it was important to us that not only we could show trends over the past 15 years, but what is the current status, and also be able to show into the future. So depending on the type of data, we will update the web page and the reports yearly or every 2 or 3 years.
Awesome. Tell us a little more, Julie, about why you had the idea to create this incredible source of data.
So there are several reasons why I started on this project. The first was, as we've all been feeling change in the Methow and conversations have been happening around change in the Methow, we just haven't had a consistent source of reliable information that is specific to our area. And land use decisions have been made recently. And I felt like, and we at the Conservancy as a whole, as we talked about this among staff, that we really needed a central place that people could go to for this information. And first I looked through census data, American Community Surveys data, and thought, well, maybe I can just quickly pull up some stuff. But what I found is that other source of information has limitations, such as you can't really get specific to our valley, or it's only updated every 10 years, or the data has a really big source of error. So I chose sources that are information that we can always obtain. Much of the information is based on the county parcel data, and we can get it readily and frequently. So you can get it every 3 months if you want to, or every year or 2. Unlike some of those other sources of information.
Well, and it's going to be so helpful for everyone in the community who's just wondering about what's going on, but also for other nonprofit organizations who might need, clear statistics or data for grant reports, or as you mentioned, for decision makers as we go forward. So thank you for all the time you put into it. Do you want to take us on just a quick tour, and then we'll let people view it on their own and spend time where they want?
Yeah, that sounds great. And I did want to emphasize too that, one, this is a living project. So if people who are more knowledgeable in certain areas have more or better information, they should definitely contact me. And we can add that and make changes. And also realizing that it really is summary information. So let's say there's a little bit of information on salmon, and the intent is just to show kind of the basic population trends. But it's not intended to provide details on salmon. That's for other people to provide that kind of information.
Right, and I think you include some links to some of those deeper reports if people get really interested in something.
Yes, definitely. So I also wanted to mention TwistWorks. So Julie Tate, Libby, and I have talked a lot about kind of the state of the Methow, changes in the Methow, and they are doing work related to socioeconomic indicators and condition of people in the valley in terms of those parameters. And we will provide summaries of some of their information. We don't have it yet on our website, so that's kind of a blank section, but they will have a lot more detailed information available through their report and through their website, and that is forthcoming.
Cool.
So, okay, so here we go. Sea of the Methow. So here's the opening page. You can see these menu sections on the right. And then again, I mentioned the population in the land. So that's really the bulk of the information that we collected. And then within that, you can scroll down to information on land use, parcel size, how big are parcels, how many are there, how much land protection have we done. The information is provided through kind of various metrics. So you'll see some maps, you'll see graphs that you can kind of scroll onto different places and it will provide numbers
Wow.
for you. And then you'll see these kind of graphs too. And then there are some maps too that are kind of time series maps. So it will show you changes over time. And then if you really want to get into the nitty gritty, you can go to the two written reports that are linked here. And then there's some summary information on real estate and housing that is through Dave Thompson, a little bit on recreational use through Methow Trails winter ski pass information, bit of water, fish and wildlife. I mentioned some information on salmon trends. You'll see these graphs here again, taken from other sources. The wildfire information is pretty readily available and really interesting. Here you see a time series of large fires over the last 20 years.
Wow.
And then there's some maps on fire severity. Here's a graph on fire severity. And then here's another kind of map of overall fires in the last 20 years. And a little bit of information on air quality. So you can get a sense of when we've had these poor air quality days, what years, how significant are they in terms of number of days per year. It's really tied to wildfire, but so anyway, those are the main areas of information. And again, we look forward to hearing from people, getting their feedback, getting more information as others might have it. And just know that, yeah, this is meant to be a living project.
Yes. Well, thank you, Julie, for all your work on this. And thanks to Ben Drummond for all his work on the actual website. We hope our listeners out there are able to spend some time with this data and learn a little something about the state of the Methow and also share any feedback with us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.